you an extra peace of mind as well. Another benefit is that all these stuff is up to latest building codes and standards. That means these homes have dual pane windows, which gives you better insulation, which means you'll save energy and is good for the house long term as well. And for new construction homes like large developments like Toll Brothers, KB Homes, they also give you the opportunity to customize the house. Whether it's been floor plans, finishes, or layout, you can make the home really fit your lifestyle.
So new construction, the biggest disadvantage for the new large development is the location. Basically, the best location has been taken over by existing home already. So if you see the new large location by Toll Brothers or KB Homes and all that, they are more near, maybe near 101, near freeway, near El Camino, near more busy area. So that is, or really further away, like Mountain House and all those areas that are 2 hours away. And the next thing is when they advertise for the price for the new construction, there are a lot of costs that are not included, the upgrades, depending on the builder. Some builder, if you want to upgrade a door, for example, if you want a door in your bathroom, that's an upgrade. If you want lighting in some area, that's an upgrade. So of course, kitchen, bathroom, tiles, carpet, all these things are upgrade. And depending on what package you choose, it can be a substantial hidden cost that you might not know about. So my client in Santa Clara just closed on a new construction from Toll Brothers. She waited more than 9 months for her new construction to be done. So if your kids need to go to school in the fall, it may not be the best option for you. So make sure you always consider the construction delayed. And for new construction, there will be HOA. There are usually now 2 HOA for the new construction. The whole development has a master HOA, and for your own building or smaller development has an other HOA. So even for single family home, for new construction, large development will have HOA for now.
And yes, existing homes there has advantages to existing homes as well. And adding on to what Jan said, these homes are already in more established neighborhoods. People build around residential locations before, and what that means is it's closer to schools, shops, restaurants, and possible transit as well. And for many people, location is just as important as the home itself, right? And another big advantage of existing homes, and they don't build this too much anymore. These existing houses have a larger lot size, right? That means it has more potential. Older homes usually sit on bigger lots, meaning that they have a backyard space. And if you have an RV, there's room for RV parking as well. And one big thing is it has the potential to add ADU down the line as well. And they're not adding any more land, right? With existing homes also, the price that you see is the final price. Unlike new construction, you don't really have to budget extra for upgrades. It's pretty clear cut, straightforward. What you see is what you get. And of course, there's no construction delays with existing homes. There's no uncertainty in that. Once you get into the escrow, and as soon as your escrow closes, you can move into the home most of the time.
So existing home disadvantage is usually they are older, especially in Palo Alto, Mountain View, Menlo Park. Many of the established cities, the homes are usually over 70 years old. An older home will have repair and maintenance costs. An older home, for example, older home usually have 1 bathroom. Doesn't matter before if they have 3 kids or 5 kids in the same home. They usually only have 1 bathroom. So this And the house is not the open concept, so you may have to change the floor plan down the line. And for now, for single-family home, we are still seeing multiple offers. There's always some all-cash offers and all that. So the uncertainty is the final price. What is the final price that you will be paying? And the existing home disadvantage is, of course, the renovation cost. Like how much do you want to renovate and how long will that have to be? And now we will hand it to Michael to tell us stories.
All right. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming and thank you for inviting me in this seminar. So we're going to go through a process of project from start to finish, phases of construction, new construction versus existing construction, as well as what's going on in the construction industry. What we're looking at this picture is a case of an existing home where we had to rotate the garage. As you can see right in this area, we had to rotate the garage before and after in order to be able to build in front of the house. So a lot of houses in San Jose, they have a side entrance versus front entrance. So many cases like this, we addressed it this way, so we were able to rotate the garage and extend the project here and renovate the project. So this is a picture of before and after of the same house. A single story, the back still remained twisted. You can see way back here, a portion of the roof, and this whole area was added, as you can see, in phase of construction. So these are possibilities when you have a garage sideway, you can rotate it. Here's another case.
Okay, this is another.
This case is a condition where the existing project or existing single-family home, we only kept one wall, and we demolished the whole house. By doing that, you were able to put a permit as a renovation, remodeling, rather than a brand new house. So you save a lot of money on permit fees, as well as the processing with the city. It goes a lot faster than a brand new house or brand new development to begin with. So in this case, we save one wall, we demolish the whole house, and we build a two-story on the same location, addition to front, addition to the top, and the garage also was sideways. The garage was now rotated and entering to the front rather than the side. So the advantage is keep one wall, and demo the rest of the house and consider renovation and remodeling rather than new construction.
So if you tear down all the walls, it's a new construction.
If you demolish the whole wall, it's a brand new construction. But you say one wall, 2 feet by 2 feet, you keep one wall, that becomes renovation. Wow. As far as the city concerns. You need to. It's your right. First of all, every city has their own restriction, but if you push for it, you'll get it. Because you're saving a wall and a foundation of existing, it's renovation.
Find someone more,
yeah.
someone with the experience
Yes,
have done so.
Exactly. Every time you go to city, especially in a planning division, always ask for senior planners or always ask for supervisor. The junior planner are not really experienced enough to give you all the information. Or they have to go ask and come back. During the ask and come back, you may not get the right interpretation. So it's always good to talk to a senior planner or supervisor in that case. Palo Alto has a supervisor that you can guys talk to in the planning department.
So keep pushing. Keep pushing.
You gotta push.
Otherwise, they will tell you no
Yes.
for everything, right?
We
Otherwise.
have so many cases with so many cities we have to push back a lot of times. And it's your right to build. They can't stop you. So new building, new building, we just demolish the structure, build a new project, the new building meets all the codes and requirements. I think Jenny and Kevin kind of touch up on the pros and cons. For a new construction, the permit process is longer, but then you get everything brand new. On the existing, you have a lot of constraints to deal about change orders, existing design, design development. All these things fall up in existing condition where you have to renovate your older house.
Okay, the next topic. So we have a lot of clients seeing pieces of land for 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, and ask they can just build a new home on a $100,000 piece of land. Michael, right?
Yes.
What can go wrong?
We had a case in Belmont, actually. We had a case that a client or a colleague purchased a...
That's a colleague of you?
Yes.
That's not your, okay.
Yeah, colleague of mine, which is we work together in a lot of projects. He purchased a good-sized land in Belmont, right off Ralston, and he bought it very cheap. He paid only $500,000 for it, for I think like over 2-acre land. And after he purchased it, he went to city to get a building permit. They said, no permit allowed on the property. Why? Well, environment is the issue, traffic is the issue, the soil condition is the issue. So he hired a traffic engineer, consultant, he hired environmental engineer, soil engineer, and he fought back with the city. It took him about more than 2 years, almost 2 years. Finally, he won the case. But he lost 2 years and he spent about over $100,000 on consultant fee, but he was able to get his building permit. So he built a house, he spent over $2 million build it and sold it over $5 million about 6 months ago. So it was a big fight, but at the end, good gains.
So he fought the city for 2 years.
2 years.
Get another 1 year to get a permit.
Get a 1 year to get a permit.
And then build is a year and a half.
To build.
So 4 or 5 years in the whole process, to build. And that is a professional builder, developer.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah,
So imagine if you are not a professional builder, you may or may not be able to fight this. So hire someone like Michael to fight this for you.
Yeah, we can go to the city and try, reason with them.
So
And which city do you do most renovation?
I do all over Bay Area. I do Peninsula, San Jose, from San Francisco all the way to San Jose.
Like majority of
Peninsula area, Bay Area, San Jose, Belmont. Peninsula is majority. Peninsula and San Jose. That's where the high tech, that's where the most investment going to happen.
the more expensive
Yeah,
area.
that's where the money is, the development in Peninsula area.
All right, so we have some common questions from our buyers and sellers.
Yes. Question one. Many buyers think, okay, you watch TV, this old house or whatever, they run to a project in 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, huge project down. And that's not really true because they don't really show the exact process. They only show the finished process. They don't show you the stuff and the issues you go through with the building department, with the site condition, change orders, unforeseen condition, any delays that could cause a project. You don't see all those things. All you see, 200 people came in 3 weeks and wrapped up a project. It makes it look so easy. It's easy, but it's not that easy. It's a long process that we have to understand it and go through. So timeline, permit. Okay, the other question was the timeline, permit, restriction. There are some projects. I see people buy a house which has historical background or has historical tag to it. Those houses are extremely limited what you can do in construction wise. Mainly the facade They didn't touch the facade unless it's about to fall down. That's a different scenario. But if you want to change the windows, you have to match existing window. It's a wood window, you have to build the exact same design windows and for exterior of the project and move forward. Interior, they're not that difficult for interior of the house unless there are some significant parts to it for interior that will stop you from renovation. But it has its own issue. You have to hire the right architect who has historical building and go through that process, which is time consuming and very expensive to follow. Some of the windows you have to make a custom made could be a few $1,000s just for one window versus $500 for level paint window. So that could be very costly. The other thing was the basement. I'm going to talk about basement shortly.
We'll talk about basement later.
Later, all right, let's move on.
When we have,
Okay,
when we have some time.
Okay, this slide talks about the process of the project. So any project you start from A to Z from beginning, you have a permit process, and that takes about 4 to 8 months, depending on cities, depending how big the city are, depending when you are submitting to the city. Best time to submit to city would be between September and December, or September, that's the rainy season, which is construction is slow. Cities are slower in a way, and they can take the plans for plan checking. That's the best time you can submit. Best time to build would be April, March, and on. So this period is a good time to submit the project for the permitting. So after that, you have every project when it goes for permitting, it gets multiple revisions from plan checking department. Most cases, it's 2 revisions. Some cases, I have seen 5 or 6 revisions. Depends on how complicated the project and how complete the plans are provided by the architect. You may also provide, city may require you to provide site survey, soil report, and engineering. That would take time, for a project, and also cost for the project. Now, site survey, not always required. The only time site survey is required is when you have brand new construction, or when you're adding to your house and the addition is close to your setback. Then you have to provide a site survey to make sure the new addition is right on your property. It doesn't encroach the setback. That's when it's required by the city. Engineering is always required for any project. So what can go wrong? Delay in a permit processing can be delayed. Utility can be delayed. You have to deal with PG&E. PG&E process about 3 to 4 months on any panel upgrade. That takes process. Construction takes about, depending on the size of the project, a small ADU probably 3 to 4 months. A big house, year and a half. Depends on the project. Change order is a big thing on existing project. The most change order or unforeseen I see on the older houses is existing asbestos or existing knob and tubes in a building that needs to be removed, or existing structure crack. It's not visually seen until you remove some sheetrock or drywall, you see a structural damage. Those are the things that we have to look out for during the project process. These are the balance of your lifestyle. If you looking for customize your house, if you want to go for new construction, this is what you get. You can customize low maintenance and you get modern future. Any brand new house has all its amenities to it. Existing, you have a good location, the neighborhood established, you can choose the neighborhood. In a new construction, neighborhood is becoming established. You don't know who your neighbor might be, but in existing, I bought my house. After I bought it, I realized my neighbor is mayor of the Hayward. Wow, seriously. And that was advantage to me because every 6 months I see this CHP, all of these city managers, they come park there and have a gathering very good, why not?
You got lucky.
Lucky.
You got very lucky.
Yeah. So then you have to provide a balance of your life and the budget and the planning. That would be your goal, what you want to do between these 2 options.
So let's talk about basement now. 'Cause I see a lot of newer construction because of their land size.
Yes.
and setback and everything. So a lot more new construction has basement. And I'm sure it's an extra complexity
Right.
building.
Basement, it's a different project by itself. Basement, especially in the Bay Area, or whenever you do dig closer to water, it's always an issue with the underground water. So when you deal with the basement, you're going to expend a lot of money to build retaining walls and waterproofing, and you better use a good waterproofing, and if water penetrates through, then it's a big cost to fix it. So basements are costly to build. The good part is, hey, you save the land, you can use it as a usable land, it's good, that's a plus, but then it costs. We had a project in Hayward, a basement
Oh, is it
renovation.
this one?
Is it coming up, or is it?
Is it this
Yeah,
one?
that one.
This one, yes. We had this project in Hayward, which was a basement renovation, commercial bar restaurant. We cut the slab here for the plumbing because we had to run the plumbing all the way through. We cut the slab on Monday. We just cut the slab. We did not even remove it. On Tuesday, we came back to remove the cut slab, and we saw the whole basement was flooded. And we didn't know where the water is coming from. After we investigated, a few days later, we learned that a major pipeline, water line, fresh water line in Hayward has been leaking since 1980.
The
And
city.
The
The
city
city.
water. The city water has been leaking since 1981. 1.5 million gallons of water going under all the buildings in that area, and that flooded. Anyway, cut the short story short, we managed to install a pump in the basement. We installed 3 pumps. You can see it here, but back here, we installed a pump and back here. We installed 3 pumps in the building. The pumps are running 24 hours a day with the battery backup because the water is still going up. You can't stop it. And the city paid for the damages and we moved forward.
They had to pay for mine.
Yeah. So basement is a tricky situation. I'm not saying don't do it, but you gotta do it.
How long did it take you for this?
The project stopped for about 3 to 4 months to understand, investigate where the water coming from, what it costs to deal with it, how to manage it. We have to hire outside consultant from Los Angeles to come here and take a look and give us a recommendation, because pumping a lot of water, it's a lot of water. It's not easy.
It's continuously
Continuing
leaking.
24 hours a day, it's continuous, yes. And then the water is floating while you're doing the construction at the same time. So it was a really long process to get it done, but the outcome, it was pretty good. We had 3-4 months today. After that, everything moved smooth.
How much more would you say it costs to add a basement?
The cost of, we have 2 major costs. One is excavation, and that depends on size of the excavation now, 1 car, 2 car, whatever. The other one is the retaining wall that you have to build around. Number 3, your soil condition. These are the 3 things that impact the cost. So if you have a very bad soil condition, expensive soil condition, then you end up spending more money on retaining walls. If you have a stable soil, then you're better off. You can easily transfer the load to bedrock, much easier than expensive soil. So soil condition, type of retaining wall, and amount of excavation, it has an impact on the cost. After that, if you do it right, you have proper waterproofing, the basement, and you do this.
Would you say that most of the cities in the Bay Area have expensive soil, or just depends?
No, it varies. It varies. Alameda, with the project, Alameda was next to the water. I mean, it varies from location to location. Bay Area, it has good diversity. You have hillside, you have flat side, you have near water side. So it has variety of soil conditions.
So we have a lot of common questions from our clients is that, in your opinion, what kind of renovation is most worthwhile and has the best ROI?
if you purchasing a house and you want to flip it or you want to live in it or you want to sell it for a future of your property, in my opinion, is kitchen and a bathroom are the major thing. If you just renovate your kitchen and put the appliances in the bathroom and the fresh paint, maybe change windows, for better installation, for better energy efficiency. Those are the major things I would recommend. At the minimum, change the countertop of the kitchen, the countertop, paint the kitchen cabinet. Kitchen is a focal point. Kitchen and bathroom somehow is a key point of any renovation. So, kitchen, bathroom, living room are main things. So, spend a little money, you get a lot.
If you are buying and living in there and it's your own home, yes, bathroom, kitchen. But if you are planning to sell, make sure you call us first before you do a complete kitchen bathroom renovation. We want to make sure your ROI is worth it before you go ahead and do all this project. But if you're living in it, yes, absolutely, the kitchen and bathroom is the best ROI. And the people also asking, like, what are the most common surprises when you do home renovation?
The most surprises are knob and tube in older house. You guys know knob and tube though in electrical?
Maybe explain.
Okay.
Not,
Yeah, knob and tube is an electrical, is an old electrical system. Very old. It was
So most of the homes built in the 40, 50, 20, 50, for the last 70 years were not into.
Yeah, knob and
We're not
tube
into.
are the major surprise for a homeowner, and that is very dangerous because it's a fire hazard. You have to replace those regards, so that's a big surprise and a big expense. We went from side of the house. The smallest I did was about $7,500. The largest I have done was $45,000, just to remove knob and tubes. Yeah, those are expensive, and you have to do it. First of all, you will not get insurance because of the existence of knob and tube. And if you remove it and put a new one, you insure this problem. So knob and tube is number one. Number two is asbestos. This still runs some asbestos in tile or paint or ceiling and stuff like that. Obviously, you get surprised sometimes when I walk in the house and thought asbestos is removed by now. But you see some asbestos here and there. So asbestos knob and tube is the major thing that people get surprised when they change over.
How about plumbing?
Yes, old plumbing, good point. Old plumbing. Old plumbing is also another major issue. Because when you buy a house, they give you probably a report, register report, or what do you call it?
Yeah, home
Inspection
inspection.
report. But it doesn't really dig into what the issues are. Once you move in, you hear your plumbing.
You open up the wall
Right,
and
yeah.
you see.
Yeah, old plumbing is also another issue. Leakage, maybe rattling, the pipe is not tight enough. You turn the water on, you hear noise, somebody out. Old plumbing needs to be replaced. It has to be covered now and run the old style of plumbing. So old plumbing is also another factor.
So the older piping are galvanized.
Galvanized, yes.
And what is the issue with galvanized?
Well, the code has changed because in time those things start collecting some kind of a build-up.
Calcium?
Yeah, build-up and start, the flow is not going to be smooth enough or flow, doesn't give a good flow, so we require to replace it. The build-up.
And I have the experience of doing this repipe just a week ago. It's very painful.
Yes.
Very expensive.
Yes. Yes. Correct.
So I just had the experience of re-pipe the whole house for a rental property with tenants. It's just very painful with tenants occupied a week ago.
And of course, the renovation or new build surprises are always with the city permit issues, right?
Correct. Correct.
But for new construction, what is the best material in terms of the pipe? Is it copper or is it?
The plumbing has few different materials. For water, we use copper. For sewer line, we use ABS or other material, which is a hard plastic, basically. Or board and pump is copper.
So one of the hidden costs of renovation and especially new build is we talk about change order, right?
Right.
So what type of, usually what kind of change order and how you would wrap
You
your
mean-
budget and time frame and
Well, normally when I put estimate together for a project, let's say $100,000 renovation, I always ask let on a homeowner know this is the cost of the construction. However, I may open up the wall like we follow gold here. You know? So
maybe not then two, maybe more than
so I always tell my client, have some contingency in your budget, 10-15% minimum contingency for the budget and for the time. So if I give you a 3 months duration in the construction schedule, you add 10-15% full budget and time to extend it in case there is something come up. So you do a budget for it, always with the half budget, you don't want to start the construction about no money. So for unforeseen condition, I would always recommend 10-15% contingency. If you don't use it, you don't use it, but at this time you do, available at your disposal.
So in the Bay Area, some cities, let's just say some cities are more predictable, would you say, and some cities are not?
Yes, Senator or Santa Clara, for example, they're pretty smooth. Other counties, the city, they have their own process. It's pretty smooth process for planning and building. City like Bellingham or Belmont, Bellingham in fact more, they have different planning review. Cemetery does as well, but the process in Bellingham for planning review is much more difficult and time consuming than the other cities. For whatever reason, they have their own guidelines. But if you pass the planning department, then the building will be easy. Building follows state code. You can follow, if they have their own state code, they have to follow. Planning is mainly local code that you get to talk to the planner and see if you can adjust it for that.
And you were saying when you go to the city, different planner may have different
That is
opinions,
correct.
that's what we heard.
They're from junior planner, I'm telling you.
So how can you tell? You ask them
No,
whether
you
they
won't. There are a few things. When you talk to the planner, you get a business card, it's still a business card, junior planner or planner.
if they don't say,
If they don't say, you can ask for a business card, or you can go to the counter and ask for a senior planner. You can push for a senior planner.
that's what we have heard.
Right.
You get many opinion talking to
Right.
different
Right,
people.
exactly, because the junior planner goes to senior, and by the time she comes, when he comes back, has a different interpretation of what she, but you gotta go right to the source.
So I always recommend my client to go to the city directly. I will
Right.
go with you, but you have to hear directly. Because every one of them you call a different one.
Exactly.
It's just really, really confusing. So
Sometimes, one of the things we do for design new projects, for new projects, we go to the city website, we download all the requirements first, and we get prepared what we have, and then go to the city with a full hand, so we can push it back. It's very good.
so you have to know more than
You have,
them.
you have to be expert, this thing. So my suggestion is, always go to the city with the expert if you can. Otherwise, they leave you on the ground.
They will tell you no, right? For everything you ask, they will tell you.
You gotta be fair, depends on the person. But if you go with someone with experience, you can ask the right question with the right answer.
And if it's a no, then
Why not? They have to have a reason why not. Because you have to, if you can build a road, why can't you build a road? There's a reason. Maybe there's a fault on the road, or something. You have to understand the reason. If you can't solve it, if the reason makes sense, no. But if you better, you're going to fight back.
so prepare to fight.
Yeah. It's not really a matter of fight, it's a matter of following the guidelines. If you read the guidelines, there's no reason to fight. You can just go get your permits.
So you guys are design build firms, and right now the trend is hiring design build firms. So what is the advantage of a design build firm?
Oh, a big advantage, very big advantage. Once you hire a design team firm or a company, you have one point of contact. You deal with one person. Let's say you deal with a contractor. The contractor becomes the project manager for you, and he will coordinate or hire architect, engineer, soil engineer, whatever requires for your project. Any issue you come up with, one point of contact, is liable for it. What does it do? It saves a lot of time, communicating among one meeting to answer all questions, or a full-time meeting among all the disciplines. You save money in your process. For example, let's say you want to have a project of any kind, and you have a budget. My budget is $200,000. We design to $200,000. How the way we do it, we estimate the project in 3 stages at 30%, 60%, and 90% when the project is completed, the drawings, the design is completed. Based on that estimate, we keep designing. Estimate 1, we are on a budget. Estimate 2 at 60%. We are still on a budget, or we are under budget. Can we add more space? Yes, we can add more space. When we go to 90%, we have to go 200,000 or 201 or 205 inch. That's the advantage of design. If you go the other way around, you hire an architect, you get your project done, and you get an estimate, it becomes 300,000, and your budget is 200,000. So you waste all your time, or stressing out, but I'm going to get another 100,000. So it's a big advantage to do a design for a company that can handle A to Z for the client, especially when you guys don't have the, or people don't have the proper expertise in this field. So it saves time, energy, money. They have good advantage.
I do like to piggyback on that because I introduced my builder to a client. The client decided that she wants to find a cheaper painter. And so exactly, I think Michael is so experienced. Once you truly hire your contractor, he is a project manager. So it's just truly mess up the whole thing. It's not going to save the client's money. Versus when I build my house, I 100% help my project manager, my contractor to do everything. So one day I went to the house, I see the hardwood floor was stretched. So I have no idea, but all I know is I just go back to my contractor. I say, okay, since my contractor coordinates everything, so I don't have any headaches. It's just like something you never know. That's why if you hire a good contractor, you really want to make sure you don't just go ahead and say, oh, I can find a cheaper painter. It was a disaster. Thank you.
Okay, so our prepare portion is concluded. We want to leave some time for people to ask questions and see how it goes. And we will give priority to people who attend in person first to see what kind of projects you guys have ongoing, what kind of questions you have for Michael. Are you guys fighting the city? Or
Or if you're thinking about doing something, ask the question before you start the process.
yes. We see if we have online questions also. So how many projects do you have currently?
Right now, I'm working on 3 ADUs in Santa Clara. I have a school coming out in New City.
A school?
Yes, a brand new school coming out ground up in New City. I have San Francisco itself, have a project coming up for the state of California, the bidding process, so it is still in the bidding process. So it's hard to, well, actually, the PA with under construction, the Union City School is going to start from the front, and then the San Francisco, probably the permit issue on time, it might be October, December, and then we can really start renovation. I do residential and do commercial, both.
I just want to say that for a lot of people, when they see that the land is cheap, there's a reason that the land is cheap. And also, we have seen so many developers texting us, spamming us every single day asking for deal. If those developers are not, they are all cash. They have millions of cash waiting. If those developers don't buy those 100,000, 300,000 pieces of land, there are reasons for it. Just be careful when sometimes when it's cheap, it might end up costing you. So just be careful. I always want to warn my clients. And I also, a lot of our clients are young families with young kids. For example, in that house in Belmont, building for 5 years, do they have the capacity with 2 jobs, 2 young kids, 2 dogs, and nanny, and all that? Can they handle the project? Can you handle the additional stress of the project? Like just that is not even money related. And also, if it's 5 years, it takes maybe 3 years, maybe 5, maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. My son will already be graduated from high school. That's another time concern. So just really think it through before you take on a big project. Yes, a big project can be very beneficial. And sometimes it really is the only way to go. My client, another client of mine, has been building in River City for a year and a half now, and he has very specific requirement, and we know that is the only way to get all his requirements done. But he has developed another house in Palo Alto Hills before. He is very experienced. He has a team. He knows everything. So that is a good fit. For many, especially first-time home buyer, it will be a hard crash course to start developing. Even renovating, it might be a little tough.
I know a lot of times people have some sort of concern about privacy. So since we have Michael here, and then we can stay behind, let's do the drawing now. Okay, let's do it. And then if anybody who wants to reach out, everyone here is going to have privilege to talk to our contractor directly.
Okay. Lina, wow! You won!
It's always the case, whoever is here tend to always be the winner. Congratulations. Okay, thank you again to attend our webinar seminar. And we are here for the last 40 years. We're going to be here another 40 years. So please reach out to us. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming, everyone. We really appreciate it. Saturday, at this time. Thank you for coming. We will have, the next seminar is about Airbnb, and our next seminar is about market trends. We will send out more information within the next 2 weeks. We'll send out more information so you guys can join us. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Sure. I'm sorry?
Do you handle the permit or you guys?
Yes, yes. You do A to Z. You do A to Z. And then design all the way moving.
I see. So you
Of course.
Good question.
是要跟
然后你们啊，我觉得
没有，就是太早起来，就是没有时间，看起来就是